Here are the tests on the 1951 Crane Neuday. This was from the days when you use your best judgment when setting the water level, so there is no marked line. I just set it to this darker line of rust, and it's using the flapper it had when I got it because I don't have a tank ball. So let's give this a flush and see how it does on tests. It seems like the flush is longer than it should be, but I don't really think that matters. First, let's see if it can take a washcloth. The trapway opening is actually pretty small on this toilet, but I don't think a washcloth is going to clog it. Did perfectly. I almost feel like I should put a water-saving flapper in there because it just acts like a well worth light the way it just keeps going and going and going after you'd expect it to end. But I'm just going to leave it with the standard flapper for now. Now let's see if it can take a grocery bag. The trapway opening is a little bit restrictive, but I think this jet up here will put enough water onto the bag that it won't air up. It should pass. I wouldn't say perfect, but I would say it did awesome. Now, let's see if it can take the washcloth and the grocery bag together. I don't really think it has much hope. It looks like it's still moving. I'm going to give it a second flush. All the water is draining out of the bowl pretty rapidly, so I don't know how much of a second flush I can really get. So I'm just going to give it another flush right now. It's going. I think it'll pass. There we go. Took it without help. A couple extra flushes, but I didn't have to stick my hand in there, so I'd call it a pass. Let's try the washcloth and the grocery bag again and see if it can do a little bit better than last time. This is a lot for a toilet to take, so last time it did still do pretty good, but I'm going to see if I can make it do better. Did worse that time, actually. Now let's see if it can take a dish towel. I think it'll do well. I'd almost say it did better than the washcloth. Now let's see how it flushes with a clogged siphon jet. And I clogged that little jet too. It took its time for sure, and I think it had the ability to siphon, but it just didn't. Now let's see how it does on dirt. Or against dirt, I should say. I think it'll clear the bowl very well, and it will have awesome bowl rinse. Well, that was weird. So, you might be able to tell it did that thing where it bubbles up over the water and there's a bunch of dry particles on the surface, but you could see water going over the top of this dirt, which means that the bowl rinse did cover it. But other than that, the bowl rinse seems amazing. So, once all this dirt is wet, all this right here soaks up some water. You can see I'm going to just pop this little bubble, and I don't know what's going on with this stuff, but once that's all wet it should take it off with no problem at all. So I'm going to see if I can somehow figure out how to get it wet without rinsing it off, and I'll be right back. I tried that and all it did was just beat it up and rolled off the dirt, so I washed it off with my hand and I'm going to see if it can pass. Awesome. Well, that is about it for these tests. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe and turn on notifications. It helps my channel a lot and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video. One other thing I found during these tests is that there actually is a water line, and it's right there. And I set the water level there right before the dish towel test. Didn't really make much of a difference, but just for accuracy I put it there anyway.